Hey everyone, this is Big Mike, and this is my Hobbs and Shaw review. So I just got back from the theater from seeing Hobbs and Shaw, and alright, so I wasn't disappointed. I knew this movie was going to be ridiculous. It was. It was utterly ridiculous. The action was over the top. Everything was just way too much. I did enjoy it though. I knew what I was getting into. It was just, man, words can't even describe it. I can see how a lot of people would like it, wouldn't like it, so let's break it down. This is going to be a non-spoiler review, so don't worry about any spoilers. Maybe I'll tackle a spoiler review later, but right now I'm just going to stick to non-spoilers, okay? So, let's start off with what I liked. What I did like about the movie was it was really fun. It was really fun. The chemistry between The Rock and Jason Statham, it worked. Their banter back and forth was funny. They were always like just kept gnawing at each other. It was kind of like, either friends or brothers or whatever. You know how you always gotta come at them and say just, whatever, like playing the dozens. So that part worked. A lot of the action sequences worked pretty good. They were over the top, but to be expected. Overall, like I said, I enjoyed the movie. Thought it was pretty good. I was expecting a little more action, so I might have been a little disappointed about that. But we got what we got. So let's talk about what I didn't like. First of all, my biggest gripe with this movie was I feel like it was probably about 30 minutes too long. It was 2 hours and 15 minutes, and you kind of felt it. Like with Avengers Endgame, it was a 3-hour movie, and I was like, oh man, 3 hours is up already? Like, I wasn't sitting there like, oh my god, when is this movie gonna be over? Why is it dragging? Like, I never felt like that with Avengers Endgame and with a 3-hour runtime. With this topping out at 2 hours and 15 minutes, I was still kind of like, is this over? So it was a huge action sequence, like the second to the last action sequence. I actually feel like in Hobbs and Shaw, I actually feel like the movie probably could have wrapped everything up there, but they actually wanted to do a different climax. So I just feel like the movie was, I guess, a bit too long, especially for just like a mindless action movie. Usually those kind of movies are about hour and 30, hour and 45. You wrap the movie up, you go out, your popcorn's done, your soda's finished. You're like, okay, let me hit the restroom, and you're good. With this one, it did have some stingers as well. After credit scenes, it had quite a few. I think it had like 3 or 4. They were pretty good. Like the last one was kind of like, okay. They were more like funny for comedic purposes. That actually leads me back to something I did really like about the movie, the cameos. I'm not gonna like spoil the cameos for you, but the cameos were actually really, really funny and really enjoyable. And the last post-credit scene or stinger was another cameo appearance that was, pretty funny, which I'm not going to spoil right now with this video. But overall, I thought the movie was decent. I think I'd give it, out of 10, I'd give it a 7. I'd give it a 7 out of 10, maybe like 3 out of 5 stars, a C+. I give it a high C. So, across the board, it's pretty level. Like I said, I was expecting a little more action. I was expecting it to be pretty ridiculous, pretty dumb. I was expecting something like that, but I was expecting, I guess, to really, like it a little more. Like, I think it could have been a little more serious. I think even the action was not as serious, you know what I mean? So, overall, I enjoyed it. One thing that was also really cool, I want to bring this up. Idris Elba all the actors did a great job, but Idris Elba really took this seriously in this really ridiculous movie as the bad guy. He did a really good job, as he always does. He's an excellent actor. But his bike was pretty cool. That was one of the highlights of the movie. His bike was pretty cool. Like the whole movie was pretty much like a Saturday morning cartoon brought to life. Because they've been talking about like doing a Fast and Furious animated movie. You kind of already got it, or you know, an animated TV show. But Hobbs and Shaw just felt like the Fast and Furious animated movie. So, I mean, I don't know if this does well. They're going to do more spin-offs. I don't know if this is going to get a sequel. Depends on how much money it makes. But if they do get a sequel, I'd like to see them kind of step the game up a little bit. And maybe the action sequences, even though they're over the top, but just make them a little bit more like the Fast and Furious franchise, where I guess it's hard to say, it doesn't feel as silly, even though all of that stuff is super silly. But, you know, hey, that's just my opinion. So, drop your comments below. Let me know what you thought. Ask any questions if you like. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications for all my latest content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.